as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The new era of Carolina football begins. The Panthers and Falcons underway to begin 2023. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line.
On the ready. Smith, red.
Here's the 8th overall pick from Texas. It's Bijan Robinson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. So our game here, one of 8 games in total on this opening weekend that is a divisional matchup. And listen, you look at this NFC South, new coach and quarterback on the other sideline for Carolina, new quarterback in New Orleans, new QB in Tampa. All of a sudden, Desmond Ridder, Charles, is the lone established veteran quarterback in the division.
I like how you said established there. I think in the elastic sense of the word, he's the established veteran. But he is the guy that returns to his team from last year and is leading them. This division is going to be wide open.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Robinson will try to pick it up. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Ridder now looking to throw it this time. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Striker, 3-3, ready?
Off the play fake, it's Ridder. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Derek Brown just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Ridder back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Ridder. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was third down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to first down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a first down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On the counter, this is Robinson. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 40 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Here we go, set. Jet. Ready.
On first down, Ritter. And it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the Panthers are going to have it here just past the 25. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
One of the Panthers' big offseason acquisitions. Here's Miles Sanders. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
First down, Carolina.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here is Young. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 more on that one and another first down. And there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. A give running left, it's Sanders. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. Young will set to throw. Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Young. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Coverage is awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0? Like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear. Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Back to throw, Ritter. Pushes past him. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Right.
Here's 2nd and 10.
560.
Looking to throw it here, Ritter. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They're just going to run a drive route here with their tight end. Let him get upfield about 10 yards and then move toward the middle of the field. This ball's right on target, and it results in a 1st down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long. In a position to dictate to the offense.
Here we go.
2nd and 10.
Faster, faster. Ready.
Ritter now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Hut.
Ritter to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. Taken in at the 11. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Ready.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
On 2nd down, Young. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing, Young. Incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. Returnable here from the 38. Sheds him off at the 45. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be Falcon football.
Ready.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right? Where these teams are locked in and going at it. No points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
On the ready.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, another shot for Robinson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Ready.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bud Dupree off the edge and getting to the quarterback.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Young now. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here's Johnny Hacker now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A give left side to Robinson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 66 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. To about the 26 here. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here we go.
2nd down and 8.
Check right. Ready.
Here's Ritter. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And from here, might not be able to take a knee. Might need to run a play here that's close to their goal line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Yeah, this is going to be a Panthers first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. A strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Drill 52. Ready?
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And again behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Tough spot here, third down and 11. Young now from the 50. That is caught. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Check pink.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now here's Young. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Young. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
This is up and good from Pinheiro, and that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now. Back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Ready.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Let's go
They'll
now.
be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Ritter will set up to throw it. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Blue strike. Set.
To throw, Young. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Ritter will throw for it. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner.
Oh, Young loses it. And the Falcons grab it. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it first and goal at the 8-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Okay.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Young to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good look, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
He's got Mingo. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The end result, 21 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to
Here we go.
now we're first and 10 at the 11. Gets it quickly out to Marshall. And he'll get nothing out of that one. And quickly they get to the line. Young, he's going to change it up. Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Throw left side, pulled in by Mingo. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Another completion there. And, you know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back.
Ready.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons' offense at the line. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see.
Ready.
Robinson with another carry. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking on the midfield logo. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Let's go now. Strike. Check, huh?
It's Young on 1st down. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he's going to be brought down right there at the 23-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. This is caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A nice completion there for the 1st down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals.
Touchdown, Panthers! Terrace Marshall from a yard out. And the Panthers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
They're going to try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied fourth quarter as the kick is away here. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A little bit of an unconventional call there.
Yeah, but it worked. And how great was that? That's got to give them a lift in this situation.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Black Ultra. Ready.
They run the draw here with Robinson.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Ritter wants to throw it. Pass caught. Miller. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Here's 1st down.
Fight, 97. Striker, 3-3. Ready.
Now Ritter. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Ready.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Come on.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. He's got his target. That's complete. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Younghoe Koo, all eyes fixated on the kicker. Now the Panthers going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Falcons field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And you certainly have to applaud the effort here. They're not settling for overtime. They're trying to get in position to win it with a late field goal. That takes some guts, but this one is going to wind up incomplete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Pocket. Hey, check mega. Ready?
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 77 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. It's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Anderson. And the Falcons are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal coming back the other way.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Now Ritter going to change up the look.
Ready.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
Here we go. Cut.
Toss play to Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
Part part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends. You're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now time to see what Ritter's got in OT here. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Working free to drop him for the sack there was Amari Barno. Here's Bradley Pinion now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And take it right on the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. All right, Charles, so this offense, they need to mount something here. Time is dwindling. They can't get anything going on this drive. This one might end in the tie.
Yeah, that clock put a little extra pressure on them, right? So now, as you look at the playbook, what are you breaking out? Is there something you haven't used before? Is there something you used earlier that you can go back to? Or can one of your guys just make one of those big-time plays that decides this game?
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
It certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to, when you want to. That play call is working very well for them right now.
And he is in for the score! And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let